So welcome back to the Womenomics podcast. I'm your co-host, Tierra Bryant.
And this is Corinne from Freedom Notary Services. You ain't rep where you from, T. Bryant.
Oh, sorry. You're right. I ain't even rep my set. Excuse me. Let me start over. Hey, y'all. This is Tierra. Hope all is well and profitable. This is Tierra from T. Bryant Notary Services. There you go.
This is Corinne Jones from Freedom Notary Services.
Yes, and we got a super dope special guest from the DMV. Please introduce yourself to the people. We want to hear you.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Kim from Kimberly D Professional Services, located in Maryland, PG County to be exact. Born and raised in DC, Southside. Yes, indeed. But that's what I rep.
I love that. What's up? Well, thank you so much for joining us, being one of our guests. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
I'm super excited
to be here.
And I'm super excited because I'm born and raised in DC. I've lived in every part, and I'm residing in PG County as well. So we have got to link up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes. So welcome to Womenomics. You know, our podcast is Soul Care for Entrepreneurs. And here we talk about all of the tools that help you reframe the limitations of your mind. And we always like to start our episodes with the most important question, which is, when did you know you could be an entrepreneur?
That's a great question. Honestly, I never had any thoughts of being an entrepreneur. What happened was the pandemic hit, and I was an Uber and Lyft driver at the time. And of course, you know, the pandemic, the world was shut down. So definitely couldn't be driving nobody around. So I just went on YouTube University and I started just looking up stuff. And then I just came across a video that was talking about loan signing agents. And I was like, what's that? You know? So then I started looking at it and getting into it. And I was like, oh, this is a real thing. So I thought it was a scam, to be honest, right? Because I was like, I ain't never heard of this, right? So I started reviewing it and found out it was real. And then once I found out that it was authentic, then that's when I started discovering like everyone had a business. I was like, they have a business? So I started researching that, and I researched that, and then the rest is history.
I think so many people have that story. I mean, I was thinking right before this, we started this, that if it wasn't for coronavirus, my life wouldn't be the way it is for the better. You know, it just kind of created diamonds out of so much stress and pressure, and the globe being just turned upside down. I know so many people probably have a similar story. Like the pandemic changed lives, and it created tons of businesses too.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about it. You ain't had nothing but time, you know, to sit and think about some stuff and like, what I'm going to do for money now, you know what I'm saying? Well, that Uber and Lyft wasn't my full-time. I have a full-time job, I'm a 9-to-5, but I'm just saying for my side hustle, I was like, what I'm going to do? You know, we can't go outside. So yeah, it really did. It birthed that.
No, that's dope. Yeah, a lot of people, the pandemic turned into a bandemic. Okay, so that's what's up. It's funny because I actually had the same like travel to notary journey as you. Like I was on YouTube and I was doing some meditation, and you know, the guy comes on with his stamp in his hand. He's like, "Oh, do you want to make da 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 da?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?"
Listen, so
shout out to YouTube,
right? I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's funny because I literally only see him on YouTube. Like now that I'm actually in the notary world, in the notary industry, do y'all see this man anywhere else?
Right? I'm like, why he not at any events?
Right. He like dropped. He's like the little like YouTube, you know, whatever notary fairy. He just like drops the idea and then like goes away. I'm just like, where is this man at? Where his course at? Where anything at? It's so funny.
Right.
That's so funny. But it's dope because I was on there because I was going through a spiritual journey, and I was just trying to figure out where I wanted to be, how I wanted to show up. I just didn't really like, you know, what I was doing and how I was seeing myself, and I knew I needed to make that shift. So, you know, I just cut off everything, and I really started to focus on, one, meditating, and two, trying to see where I wanted to be, speaking that into existence for myself. I know where I was, wasn't where I wanted to end up, but I was like, how the hell do I get there? First, you got to see where you want to go. So I think that's perfect, because today we talking about manifesting, y'all. Like, we talking about seeing yourself somewhere else and then going to get that. So I love that we talking about this topic, and I ain't taking no credit. Kim came up with this topic. I ain't taking no credit. It's all Kim. It's all Kim.
Yes.
Hey, well, listen, Corinne want to push me, because I'm thinking y'all was going to come up with the topic and I was just going to sit in, right? So when she pushed me, I was like, I got to come up with something good. So I just sat down in my little quiet space, which is my car when I drive. And I just started thinking, and I was like, shoot, manifestation, that's my thing. So I might as well talk about that.
So tell me, Kim, like, what does it mean to you? I think in some ways the term manifestation has also become very trendy with people who use it, you know, as a way to just emphasize they have strong beliefs or goals or dreams. But I believe that manifestation is or manifesting as a way of being. It's not something, let me go over here and manifest this couple dollars right quick. No, it's like who you are, you attract what you are. So I'm just curious, like your own unique perspective about what that means.
Honestly, you hit the nail right on the head. For me, I believe it's a lifestyle. It's not just something, oh, I'm going to go sit over here and like, Lord, give me this $100 today. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it's not that at all. For me, it's catapulted my life. Like, before it was a trend, I started this in 2017. I was in a dead-end career in law enforcement. I was trying to get a promotion as a captain and was snubbed. You know what I'm saying? And I was qualified and everything. So I had to make a decision to, am I going to leave this career? I'm going to be stuck right here? Am I going to wait it out and hope I get picked again when it's time to apply? Like, you only get to apply to a captain position if somebody leaves. You know what I mean? Like, only one captain, but you can be a bunch of lieutenants, right? So I was in lieutenant for years, and I just was like, you know, am I going to leave or I'm going to stick around and wait around? I owe my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, like everything, because she the one has taught me to have this different mindset, like to believe I can do pretty much anything, and which actually led to the manifestation thing. Like, back then it wasn't a thing. It was like, it's more like a thing now. But I just put it out in the air, and I was like, Lord, you know, but I believe in God, so I don't want to get churchy, but I believe in God.
Amen. Amen. Okay.
Yeah, I believe in God, and I was just like, Lord, if you do this for me, you know what I'm saying? If you get me out of this career, you know, I'll be better than what I was in that career. And next thing you know, I asked them to help me get a project management certification. And that was the hardest thing I've done in my life. Study-wise, it was grueling. And I failed the first time, but then I passed the second time.
That's no joke. That test is no joke.
It's no joke.
Right.
So I went in there, crushed it, and it was on from there. So once I put that in the air and I finally did it and was able to achieve it, I was like, shoot, I can do anything. You hear me? So that's how it's been. And I just put everything I want out in the air. It's not nothing about financial at all. Of course, it'll become a blessing as you manifest different things, and of course the financial will go, but for me it was just changing my whole life, period. So that answered the question.
So what does putting it out in the air mean? Because some people may not even know how to do that. Okay, I get what you're saying, but when you say put it out in the air, what do you mean by that?
I mean literally speaking it out loud. For me, you know, a lot of people, they may have their way, they might keep it in themselves and they think it out in their mind, but for me, I literally say it out loud. I put it in the atmosphere. So everybody, you know, of course I'm not around a lot of people when I'm saying it, but the Lord knows I'm saying it, and then everyone around me will pick up that energy, because they'll know I'm coming in. I ain't coming to play. I'm coming in here with, you know what I mean?
With the smoke,
I put it out in the air, in the atmosphere.
That's good.
Nah. I love that. Well, first of all, shout out to Wifey for putting you on the wave. You know, sometimes it takes someone to teach us something different. So, you know, shout out to you also for being receptive to that and to, you know, convert into that new way of thinking and seeing where it's gotten you. But it is something just so powerful about speaking it out loud. It's something about once it leaves your head and it exits out your mouth that like you kind of just like breathe life into it. You breathe into existence. And people say when you say it out loud, that means you're going to start doing it. You start to, you know, put forth like the actions in order to do it. When opportunities come your way, you're able to recognize them more. So I just wanted to speak a little bit on like, you know, how are you incorporating this on a daily? Like, do you have a morning routine where you get up and you just visualize in the morning, you meditate in the morning, you speak and you pray? Like, what's your morning routine looking like? How are you incorporating manifesting on a daily?
Okay. My mornings start typically at 3:30 a.m. between 3:30 and 4 and 8.
On Clubhouse, you be up early.
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah.
Clubhouse, that room started at 5. Okay. So before I do anything, before I get on Clubhouse, before I do anything, I sit at my desk and I pray. If I've got to go in the office, I'm in my car. I'm praying before I do anything. You know, covering my household, covering myself, covering my kids, covering my grandkids, you know, covering everybody around me. And then once I get everything out, and it's not really about asking for anything per se, it's just basically asking, not for like material things, just asking for peace, asking for just for my day to be productive and positive, things of that nature. I put that out in the air. Somebody cut me off today, Lord, I don't even care. I'm gonna let them cut me off because I don't know what they got in their car. And I ain't about to be fighting with nobody because they got to get where they got to go. You know what I mean? Things like simple things like that.
Simple
you know
things.
What I'm saying? And I just try to keep myself centered that way. So by time, if it's something arise throughout the day, I just take it in and try not, you know, to lose that good peace that I have.
Yeah. I love that. I love that because you know what? That brings me back to gratitude, which everybody know I love gratitude. I'm grounded in gratitude. I live my life that way. And it is something to just start your day off with something positive. Like talk about the choices you making today. Tomorrow's troubles are for tomorrow. Yesterday's troubles is in the past. You want to start off and setting making good choices, be intentional about making good choices when you wake up in the morning. And so the other thing I wanted to say was like, it's something so powerful about not letting other people control your emotions. You know what I'm saying? Not letting other people control what you got going on. And that just starts to, once you kind of start to learn how to control your emotions, you can control other places and other spaces in your life. And it just brings you to, you know what I'm saying, just a different place. Like, I don't know, you just be happy all the time, your skin glowing, you know what I'm saying? You attracting good opportunities to come into your way. And you just, it's just something so like powerful about it. Like, I just can't even explain it. What can you just talk to people about some of the benefits that you have, that you've experienced, you know, since you started manifesting, since you started, you know, taking control of, you know, what you got going on in your life and speaking into existence and praying and, you know, incorporating these things?
Sure. I mean, since I started, I mean, my whole life has took a total 360. I mean, just the way I move, the way I respond, the way I act, I mean, everything. So for me, it's just really changed my life, because had I just stayed the same person I was pretty rough. I mean, a lot of people was like, you know, Kim, you real rough. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, because I'm from the South Side. You're not going to play with me, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, at some point you got to grow. So you got to let that stuff go. And you got to be able to, because I noticed that the way I was really holding me back. Yeah, I was getting promoted and I was doing different things, but it wasn't the same like it is now. And I can't really put my hand on it to tell y'all, but it's definitely different because I just let go some of those old bad habits. And I opened myself up to be not a rough person, to be a person that's approachable, to be a person that people can like gain information from, because I always put myself in a box like, you can't really learn nothing from me. I've only did this career for all these years and I really don't have anything else to offer. But as I started to evolve, I noticed like, wow, I'm kind of smart, you know what I'm saying? Like I was like, whoa, I'm doing stuff I never thought I'd do, especially with that project management joint. I mean, that was hard as the devil, you hear me? So I mean, once I did that, I was like, oh, it's all over now. I'm smart as a mug.
That's beautiful. Like that's beautiful.
But that's what it is for me.
Yeah, I think that's beautiful because like when you let go of things that like don't serve you anymore, you make space for the other levels in your spirit, in your mind, in your body that elevate you because it's already there. So like, okay, so you got project management certification, and let's not get it twisted. You typical license too. You didn't say that. You studied and passed that. For me, that wasn't easy. Maybe it was easy for you.
No, it wasn't. It was not a walk in the park. I passed off the first test, but it wasn't a walk in the park.
It was, and I was shocked that I passed off the first time too. I think I was so afraid. That's how I was able to pass. But when you like you decide to let go of all that heaviness or the need to constantly be in the defense mode, you just create new pathways and new space, and things start to come to you. And I literally think you unlock levels that's already within yourself. You don't have to like feed yourself all this knowledge and all this wisdom. You were born with it. And you made a point about like your morning routine, and Tiara has a morning routine of being grounded in gratitude. I think setting the tone and the intention for your day is so important, because once you start your day, you go out in the world, you're dealing with kids, you're dealing with people in traffic, you're dealing with disappointments. I don't know what your bank account looking like. So some days it may or may not be what it's supposed to be. So you're dealing with life hitting you fast. And sometimes we're on autopilot and we're not even consciously aware if we're attracting or rejecting. And so if we have a desire to like to manifest the things that we want, you have to be in tune and be a match for that thing. And so I understood that, but I used to practice that mindset in the morning, and then my day would start and I would become like Tanya. I would be somebody else. Because I wasn't valuing how important it was to maintain that energy and that mindset all day, because I just was on autopilot and I was just reactionary to life. One minute I'm disappointed, the next minute I'm angry, next minute I'm happy. And I was just allowing life to dictate what was happening. And then I was getting just that, a whole lot more of the same. So when I started my morning saying, okay, I already know what my day is looking like. I can already decide if it's going to be a good or bad day. But no, it's going to be a good day because all these things I'm happy about, or just who I am and whose I am is enough. So then I would consciously, like, as I'm going into the first, second hours of my day, I was so aware of it, because I would say, that's a trigger. My son getting on my nerves already. That's a trigger. But I set the tone. So I started to like coast no matter what. And then I started to realize that when you change, like the world shifts around you. He started to respond differently to me. My daughter was a little bit more calmer as I'm getting her ready. If I'm driving in traffic, I don't care as much because I'm really trying to put it into practice. So then I become convicted when I decide to be so reactionary. And we ain't perfect. You know, we have our days. But it definitely works. And then things start to like show up. And what I found when I started noticing more good news, or they say like more green lights instead of red lights, I already knew. I'm thinking, yeah, of course. It does work, but it's a way of being. I'm not going to act that way today because I want, we do sometimes because I want good news. I want this outcome to happen. But if you start being that way, I just feel like it's so important to protect your energy and manage the energy you bring into a space, because it's gonna come back to you.
No, that's true.
Agree with that.
No, that's completely true. It's crazy because like I even found myself being grateful for like the little things, just like you're saying. Like I remember one time I always feel like I always tell the story because it's just one of the things where I realized what I was doing was making a difference, right? And I feel like once you have that realization that what you're doing is making a difference, that makes you put more effort into doing it. That makes you want to show up this type of person in every aspect of your life. But I remember one time I was in a car and I was rushing. I actually did Grubhub too. So I was going to a delivery, right? So I'm like trying to get there. You know, the people be texting you like, where my food at? Where they be watching you on the damn app? You like, listen, if you wanted it, you could have picked this up yourself. Like, trying to, you know what I mean? So I remember I was like at a light and I was just like, damn, like I just missed this light. Like I'm trying to hurry up and get to this restaurant. You know, you're trying to get as many orders as you can because you know that gives you more money and everything. Right. And I get to this light and instead of being frustrated that I missed the light, I was like, you know what? Let me express some gratitude in this moment. It's easy. It's free. It takes me 2 seconds. You know, thank you for keeping me safe. You know, now I have an opportunity to drink some water safely. My radio wasn't working. So I had an opportunity to turn my car off and turn it back on and put on the song that I like. And, you know, by the time that light turned green, oh, baby, my whole mood done switched on. We jamming. We about to go pick up this food. You know what I'm saying? Like we out. And it just takes such a big it makes such a big difference in your day when you choose to express gratitude, and you can do it in such the smallest ways. And I feel like people sometimes be like, I don't know how to do that. So you got any tips of like, you know, how to do that? Like how to express more gratitude or how to show more gratitude?
Honestly, you just got to get out your own way a lot of the times. A lot of the times people don't realize they're their holder.
Yeah.
It ain't your mom.
Hold up. Talk about it.
Yeah, that ain't your mom. It ain't your dad. It ain't your kids. It ain't none of that. Sometimes it's yourself because you don't even realize from day to day how you just consistently be a certain way. And people will make the excuse, oh, that's just the way I am. You ain't got to be that way. Just like I shared with y'all, people tell me, man, Kim, you kind of rough. You don't got to give it to us so strong. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, man, y'all some suckers. You know what I mean? I would go like that. But then I had to think about it like, come on now, Kim, you really don't have to be that rough. And I really learned how to like tame my tongue and like be more gentler and more understanding. I'd be like, man, y'all on some, I ain't got time for this.
So what kind of advice did your wife give you?
It's you be in your own way. So if you let all the hangups go, insecurities and false appearances and stuff like that, you let all that stuff go and really just allow yourself to be you. You'll see so much gratitude. You'll be like, I thank you, Lord, for just letting me be me. Because I can't be nobody else. I thank you, Lord, for letting my car get to these 50 I-9s because I'm trying to tell you, this little Honda been good to me. You know what I mean? So just stuff like that. Shoot, I thank the Lord for my little Honda every day. I had no car note, you know what I'm saying? But I get to where I gotta go, and I don't have no problem. So it's just little stuff like that, and then you'll notice you'll just start being more thankful for the bigger things that come along. But the little things, if you start being more having that attitude of gratitude with the little things, man, God open the door. You'll be like, dang, God, I ain't know you was gonna give me that.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah. So how do you, when things aren't so smooth, like how do you talk yourself off a ledge? Because sometimes I'm in places where they're like of no return. At least I think that. Like I'm gone. I'm so angry, or I'm so sad, or I feel so defeated. And I know the tools. I know how important I am, how important it is to raise my vibration to the place that's in alignment with the things that I want and how I need to feel. But I just don't always feel like I can get there. So like, how do you get there? If you feel like, let's say you get upset and when you're angry, you become irrational or you're disappointed or whatever it is, like, how do you like bring yourself back to the place that you need to be, that is most effective?
Okay. Let me get a good example. Honestly, I just take a moment. Like if I feel like I'm about to flip out, like I feel like I'm about to curse somebody. I'm a Gemini. Let me let y'all know. So it's Kim, Kima, Tim. It's a couple of them Negroes, that might arise. You know what I'm saying? So for me, to keep Tim and all them in line, I have to take a moment. If I'm real mad, I just be like, listen, whoever I'm mad with, listen, let me get back to you. Because, I don't want to say nothing that's going to damage your spirit, because I know my mouth, and I will rip your soul to pieces. So let me just go on over here and take my time. Or if it's something like deeply emotional, like that would cause me to cry or to be sad, I'm learning to just let myself be that. I don't stay in it, but I go in it. I deal, and I accept, and I get out of it. See, it's a difference where if you hold in your emotion and try to pretend, oh, this don't bother me, that don't bother me, then that's how you develop hatred or, or whatever type of emotion that come with holding something in like that. So if it's something that make me sad, if I want to cry, I just go ahead and cry. Get it out. I don't stay in it, and then I just move on. So that's really what I've been practicing, and it's really been working, because now I feel like I'm totally free with my emotions. Now, am I getting ready to go out here and start crying in the public? No. But, but if I have to cry, I'm just going to do it. And I used to be like, nah, you ain't going to see me cry, man. Forget that. That's something. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I'm going to cry. Go on, get it out. And go on and move on.
Yes. I love that, because it's something about, like, again, that's the whole point of controlling your emotions. You learn how to process them. You learn how to identify them. When they come, you acknowledge them, and then you release them. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they don't have a hold on you. That's how you learn to control it. You just let them come, do what they got to do, let them serve their purpose, because sometimes it's just your soul cleansing. That's it. Right. And that's necessary, because we take in so much. Life is an energy exchange. We taking in so much energy, and a lot of energy we not in control of. I ain't in control of your energy. I'm only in control of mine and how I'm receptive to yours. And if I choose to sit and stay in that space you trying to bring me, or just in your space, period. I love that you said that. Like, listen, I just need a minute. Like, just give me a minute. Let me get myself together. Right. Because I ain't trying to damage your spirit. Damn. But that's
I don't want to be responsible for that, because my Gemini will damage a person's spirit. So I just be like, look, give me a second and let me just think about what you said before I snap in his cap.
Oh my gosh, that got me cracking up. But that's real. That's real. And some of the other emotions, you experiencing as an entrepreneur, you're overwhelmed, you're doing so much all the time, And to be honest with you, you're our first guest who actually has a 9-to-5. So I would like to get into that a little bit. Yeah, everybody we've been having have been, full time, went and did this full time. But as someone who is building their business, that 5 to 9, or, that other space, like, how is that being able to, juggle your responsibilities at your full-time position and still put in all that energy and effort? Because you out here, we see you, out here. So how is that? How is that balance?
I mean, like I said, I was born on the South Side, Southeast DC. All you know is hustling. You know what I'm saying? Like, you learn hustling at 12 years old. Like, you had a candy lady that lived up the street. You like, shoot, I can be the candy lady too. You always had that hustle spirit. You know what I'm saying? If it grab a hold to you from living on the South Side. So for me, I've always been a hustler. I don't know how to sit still. So for me, I've always been doing something. Even when I was in law enforcement, once I got off, I could work 16 hours. 16-hour shift. I get off, I lay down for about 4 hours, I'm back up. I'm just never been the type of person to stay still. So for me, now that I have my business owner, it just really falls right into line, because if I wasn't doing that, I would be doing something else. But this is fulfilling. You know what I'm saying? So I balance it, because thank God I have a wonderful supervisor that allows me to have a flex schedule. So that's one.
Okay. That's what's up.
So that's the key. So he is awesome. He don't care. I can start at 3 in the morning if I want to. He's like, no problem, Kim. And I'll be like, thanks, sir.
That's cool.
So yeah, I mean, he's dope. So I have a flexible schedule with my 9-to-5. That's a good thing. And with the business, I'm doing the business, honestly, even in my sleep, like 24 hours a day. I'm always thinking, I'm always like, what I got to do, what I got to post, what I got to move, all my appointments for the day. I mean, I'm always in a business mindset 24/7, even when I'm working at the job. I'm still like, okay, I got to do this, I got to do that, da da da. So the flexibility of the schedule, one, two, just having that hustler mentality since forever. It just falls right into line for me. And then three, I would say that the support from my wife as well, that she's co-partnering with me. She's giving me ideas. She's giving me things that it will make the load lighter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it don't really feel stressful, because I know a lot of people that say they have a 9-to-5, they're really stressed out. I'm not really ever really stressed out unless it's like appointments falling apart. Be like, oh, the appointments falling apart. Like these people don't know what they have now today. You know what I mean? So it's like stuff like that, but it's never nothing that's going to make me be like, oh man, I'm just gonna go ahead and do my 9-to-5 and forget this business. Now I just feel like I thrive from it. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah. No, it do. And I just wanted you to give, your piece on that, because for people who are watching this, who do have that 9-to-5, who either is already in their business or looking to start up a business, it's possible. And not everybody's going to have your particular, situation where you do have these high levels of support around you, but it's possible. And you can find high levels of support. That's, I ain't going to say that's easy, but it's doable. It's something that you can do.
And I was thinking a big part of support are the people who, you spend your time around too, because if you spend your time around like low energy people who don't have that, as you put it, like hustling mindset, or don't have big dreams that they got to work towards, like if you're around that, it can be exhausting because you don't necessarily share that vision with other people. But I'm getting in circles where people have dreams and goals bigger than mine. So it literally energizes me. So it's so important. And so I was going to ask you, like, because I know you said your wife played a big role in when you got the disappointment when you were in law enforcement. Like, what type of guidance and support was she like feeding your mind to kind of help you start shifting? Because you said that's how manifestation kind of was birthed within you. Like, so what kind of guidance and support was she giving you that kind of changed the direction of your life?
Honestly, she just told me that I'm better than their career. You know what I'm saying? I'm better than that. And if they don't see my greatness as far as being a captain, forget them and do something else. And she just built this stamina in my mind that I could really do things that I've never done before. And to be honest with you, it's nothing that I ever got from my parents, because I wasn't raised by my parents. I was raised by my great aunt, but she always gave me that hustler mindset to always be able to take care of yourself, be able to take care of your daughter, forget school, go to work. She was older. Yeah, she was older. So when she raised me, she was already 50 plus. So she was like, man, forget college. Go get you a job so you can take care of your daughter. You know what I mean? So that's what it was. And that's always what I thought. I need a job. I need a job. I need a job. You know what I'm saying? But now, I mean, I'm just gonna tell you, man, my wife is a boss. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
We see her.
She has a degree. She's high. She got a high executive level in the government career. Yeah. I mean, she you cannot be around somebody like that and don't be touched in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Even if
you look like you failed, Tierra. You okay?
I did. I'm sorry.
You look like you fell straight in the hole. You gotta edit this out.
My iPad fell back. No, we ain't editing this out. This real life. You want to get to know us? Get to know us.
I'm like, she straight fell in the hole and Kim won't keep talking. I saw that.
What's happening? But
my iPad fell. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, it's all good. But honestly, you can't like be around a person like that and not be touched. Because like I told you, she was my girlfriend back then. But then once I decided to really seriously transition, then I made her my fiance, and then we got married this year. So you know what I'm saying?
I know that's right.
Yeah, you can't
let that go. You can't let that go.
Yeah, you gotta boss up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So honestly, that's really, I mean, just her whole setup. Like, she a boss. You know what I'm saying? She goes after what she wants. She don't take no for an answer. She just instilled that with me. Trust but verify, like everything. Like, you know, she definitely, yeah, she's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's something about, like Corinne said, just, or even you, like just having someone in that space, having people around you that see your vision, even if you don't see it completely, that still kind of see it and still can support you and see your greatness and help you install and believe, build up that belief in self. Like, and we already know, we did an episode on the Yi effect, and we just talked about like that crazy belief in that you gotta have it. Yes. You gotta have it.
Yes.
You gotta have it. So, you know, shout out to Wifey. I pronounce your wife's name. I'll keep saying Wifey. What's her name?
Her name is Yanni.
Shout out to Yannick, yes. Shout out to Yannick, okay?
Yes.
I was hoping she could hop on and chop it up with us, because you know we see her, but we don't really see her speaking. But we know, you know, she a big part of it. She's a big part of it. So you know,
awesome. So do you do anything? Do you do other things, like do you meditate? Do you have any other like methods to kind of ground you? Or is it strictly like your morning routine, and how you start your day and how you like kind of defend and approach like conflict and stuff that pop up? Do you have any other tricks out your hat that get you closer to what you want?
Well, I do. But it's not traditional.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. So yeah,
this is a safe space.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, come on.
So yeah, you know, I do my spiritual thing in the morning. I'm not a meditator per se. You know, I really honestly don't have no interest in it. I mean, I'm just being upfront. Yeah. I don't have any interest in meditating per se. I know I heard it's great, but I haven't done that. So once I do my setup in the morning, you know, my day is done. I'm gone. You know, day's over. I'm coming home. I make me a cocktail.
Okay.
And that's what it is. So that gets me to the next level. You understand? Because I can sit down. I sit down and think about what I got to do for my next day. I sit down and think of ideas that was going to put me further to the goals that I'm trying to reach. Because we in the 6-month mark. So it's crunch time. So it's certain things I have to do before I can say, okay, I feel like that my first 6 months was worth it. You know, like that it put me in the space that I need. I still got a couple of things I'm still working on. But once I get those, then I'll be like, yeah, 6 months, the first 6 months of the year was worth it. But yeah, that's what I do.
That's good. Yeah. So like what are you like most proud of? Even like in general, or in the first 6 months of the year, what can you say that you manifested that you're most proud of?
Okay. That's good. Can I have 2 things?
Give me 5. What you got?
Okay. I manifested that I would pass that TIVIC test on the first go round.
Okay.
Right?
Hey.
I studied honestly around about 2.5, 3 weeks straight for it, right? Mm-hmm. And you know, I had a date that was already set, but I said, I better change this date, and I made it later. So when I changed the date, the only date in December that it was working with my schedule, and y'all ain't gonna believe this. This is when my great aunt that I told you that raised me from a baby, it was on her death anniversary.
You posted that, didn't you?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yep. It was on her death anniversary. That was the only date in December that could work, because my wife and I was going out on vacation, because she's a December baby. So we was going out on vacation for Christmas and everything. And then the rest of the time was crazy for work. So I thinking, I was like, oh, this is so much pressure because if I fail, then she gonna be like, what you doing? So for me, I manifested that and it came right on through. I was nervous as a mug, I ain't gonna lie. But it came right on through. When I saw that pass on the screen, I was like, thank you, Jesus. Let me get out of here. Give me my keys. So yeah, that was one. So I was really excited about that because I really felt like I was going to be this amazing loan signing agent. And I tell everybody all the time, I haven't done a loan signing yet. But hey, you know what I mean?
Really?
I was excited. I got the pen and everything. I was like, oh, about to be written.
$10,000 months, yeah, right.
I'm about to be the $10,000 lucky month plan, you know what I'm saying? But honestly, I've done some loan modifications like seller packages, small stuff. I haven't like consistently, as you would call it, an experienced loan signing. I just done little stuff. And to be honest with you, I was like, dang, I studied for this test. I ain't even do no loan signing. But I had lost interest because I felt drained after I took that test. I was so glad I passed. I was like, man, forget this loan signing, So that was that. And then the second thing is when I did the business credit webinar. I don't know if y'all remember that first one that I did. Man, so Dashika came to me, Dashika Hill in Michigan, hit me up, was like, yeah, I want you to do a business credit. I was like, what? Girl, I don't teach nothing. I don't teach. I don't even know what you're talking about. I was like, no. You must have picked the wrong person because I was just talking about it in Clubhouse. I don't teach or anything. She was like, yeah, I know. She said, well, I want you to do a business webinar. I was like, huh?
That's dope.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I mean, the reviews from that Jay, I mean, people was like, Kill, you did a great job. You did amazing. You did this. I'm going to start my business journey today.
I remember that because I didn't attend it, but you had constant reviews. You was just like cycling. Like so many people were posting. So many people were shouting you out. Yes. And then I remember DMing you. I was like, when's the next one?
I know, right?
I missed out.
And to be honest with you, I would have never done that if she hadn't came to me and was like, no, you're going to do it. You can do it. I was like, no, I'm not a teacher at all. I don't do any teaching. Like, that's not my thing. I don't even have a Zoom link. Like, what? We're going to do this. You know what I mean? So I was like, yeah. So for her having that, faith in me to do it, it just pushed me to know that within this business, I could do something else other than loan signing, and I could really utilize this business credit to take me to another level that I want to be in my business. So I would say those are the two proudest things because I never saw myself being a person that could teach people how to do something, if that makes sense. I mean, when you're a supervisor, of course, that comes differently. Like you supervising, you gotta lay out, everything the officers gotta do, tell them where to go, all of that stuff. But to be responsible for teaching people, strangers, because all these people was all over the place. They was in Texas, Michigan, Maryland, California. I was like, God, what do you see me? Like, I just seen it. So yeah, I was like, oh, okay. So once I got that, it was like, whoa. I'm like, this is really something, So those are the two proudest things.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Nah, that's dope. And I know you were super proud, like seeing how many people actually took what you said and executed on it. And now it's making a difference in their business. I know that got to make you proud. All right. So we running it back. We doing another webinar. What we doing? You teaching more? What we doing? What's happening?
Okay. So honestly, yes. One thing about me, I don't want to ever just look like I'm out chasing the dollar. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, the stuff that I've given so far, anybody can research it on their own and, vet it, and they can find it on their own, and they can do it for free 99. You know what I mean? So I always want to make sure that I'm not looking like one of those notaries that's chasing the dollar. So I always, I've been conflicted with doing another one because I'm like, I don't want to charge them nothing for real, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, man, you can't keep giving stuff away for free, you know what I mean? So, because you can't, keep your business afloat like that. So, I am working on the next set for business credit because that first one that I did is really just setting the foundation and getting started. But now that I'm actively getting approvals and stuff like that for my business, I want to be able to break down exactly, hey, this is what you need on your business credit report. This is what you need to apply. Do not apply until you do this. Because a lot of people is on Instagram and they slicing it like, oh, I can get you $200,000 in business credit. Oh, I can do this and I can do that. I'm like, yeah, you could. But you're not telling the people exactly how to apply and exactly how their business profile should look and exactly what is going to get you the approval. So people out here selling people dreams, people buying them, and then they get denied, and then they got to repay them for something else that if you just gave it to them all at once, it would be easy. So that's where I'm at. I'm working on that portion, so I will be doing another business credit model, but I want to have everything in place so I can make sure that the next set of people that come to me not only will have their foundation, but they're gonna have it where they're gonna be hitting me up like, dang, Kim, I applied for this and I got this, I got that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I'm gonna be pushing that business credit. I'm gonna be pushing that.
We need it. So many of us don't have a clue. You just because you start a business, don't know that doesn't automatically mean that you have all these tools and stuff because there are books about it, but you don't get a starter package. You just put yourself in the market and offer a product or service, but you don't know how to necessarily run it and sustain it and fund it. So it's a need for it. And a sidebar, I believe in free things. You already know where I'm about to go with this, Tiara.
I know, Corinne. Go ahead, get her how you get me.
When people pay for stuff, they have skin in the game. So if you offer things for free, which is great, it's a good lead generator. It allows people to know you can add value to the market, all that kind of stuff. But when you're giving away jewels and things that you work hard for, you're giving away value. And if people pay for it, they know that they're exchanging it for value. They're giving you value for value, and people show up, people pay attention. But when it's free, I catch the replay, and the replay goes into a black hole with all the other free replays. And you really want to change lives. You really want to see us win. So I think it's important for you to expect value in return, because your time is valuable, your knowledge is valuable, the amount, because you don't want to just look like you're just a money grab. So you put an effort and care into this. So I think people should pay for it, and I'll pay for it. So
I appreciate it. But that's the thing that I struggle with. You know what I'm saying? Like I know that people like, oh, like every entrepreneur, you got your times where you have a high month and you got your times you have a low month. And I'd be like, dang, I don't know what people's pockets are looking like. And I don't want to look like, one of the little Instagram gimmick people that's like, okay, well, if you buy this $50 such and such, you'll be rich. That's how they make it seem like. But business credit is so important, not just for the facade of having a luxury vehicle in your business name and all that. If you're not going to make money off of it, to me, it's pointless. But that's a whole nother topic for another day. But but the business credit thing is so important because, especially for notaries, because we got it's not a lot of costs, but that ink and that paper, man, you got a net 30 where you can get that until another check come in from the loan signing agent or whatever you're doing. It's a lifesaver because you could really have a month that it's really, really slow, and them toners cost like $100 a piece. So it just, you know what I'm saying? Just different stuff like that. That's why I want people to get it, not to stunt and not to go buy cars in the business name. You ain't gonna put them on Turo or something like that. You ride around in G-Wagon and you ain't got no money coming in. Like, you know what I mean? So I wanted to give it to people so they, one, it could be not just a notary business, anybody who has a business, especially just starting, you can have something to lean on. And then business credit also give you the opportunity to leverage. So like, I love when you guys talk about diversify your stamp, because yes, you have to diversify your stamp. And outside of the stamp, if you want to do different things within the business, you need funding. You don't want to be coming out your personal pocket money trying to fund an idea when you have endless funding for a small business, a women-owned business. You know how much money the government is trying to get women-owned, black-owned business? Man, the only reason why I can't participate in that is because I'm a federal employee. But if I was not,
right.
I'm just glad. But no, seriously, like black-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, you get that certification, and that you got that you opens the doors, grants, government funding, government contracts, all types of things. So that's what I want to be able to expound on, not just talking about getting business credit and credit cards and running it up the like this, just like personal credit, you gotta pay it. Like you gotta pay it, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I want to do next. I want to be able to teach, especially Black women, how to get their business certified and how to get open to grants, free money for your business, and open your doors to government contracts. I've been studying it and I have not got it to where I feel like I want to put it out there. So once I finish, getting all the ins and outs, I can make sure that the information is consistent and, the step by step. That's what I want to do next.
Oh, I'm excited.
I love that.
I
know, me too.
Yeah, it's important. And for me, I want to see everybody win. It's not about me trying to be like, oh, I'm the next business credit guru of the world. You know what I'm saying? Nah, none of that. I've just been so excited from studying it and knowing that it actually works. And for me, I just want to make sure everybody know about it, because even if you know about it, it's a process, and people need to tell people that it's a process. It's not no I'm gonna have 100,000 in business credit overnight. It's a process, and people need to know how to work that process, because everybody don't even have a lot of money to even pay the net 30s. So you got to be realistic on what you're applying for to know that this is what you need, not want to have. Like somebody can go out here and get an IKEA car, but do you do real estate? What do you need it for? Like different stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? To make it make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, you absolutely right. That's good. Listen, charge for that, because at the end of the day, one, you're actually doing it. You're doing the research. You're putting forth like all the energy and effort to combine that information and make it digestible for people who don't have time to do it, don't want to do it. And if they are doing, don't know what the hell they looking at. So understand that all of that time you putting in on the back end, that is going to put you ahead. And, people are going to start, looking at you for that type of information. You might not want to be a guru or claim to be a guru. Listen, my Instagram name is gratitude guru, or gratitude guru, whatever it's called, my personal account, because at the end of the day, a guru is a teacher who initiates change.
Okay. Yeah,
so
I like that.
At the end of the day, so you're teaching people to initiate change and learning a different way to fund their business, learning a different way to sustain their business, learning a different way to leverage these other opportunities, these other funding opportunities to make their business better, and teaching them how to do it correctly. So understand what you're doing out here, Kim. It ain't no small nothing.
Yeah,
okay?
It ain't no small nothing. I just like to stay out of the way. You know what I mean? I just like give my little, my little 2 cents for reels and stuff, and go back, to my little.
No, we manifesting big. Yeah, we make space for big. The more you give, the more you receive. It creates new pathways and opportunities to cover even more territory. So it's all in how you look at it. It's not about getting a little something running back out. That's the whole point of our even discussion today. Yeah, so we got to think bigger. It's not about robbing anybody. It's about blessing them with knowledge that opens up gateways. So that knowledge that you're giving them in these sessions, they're taking it and creating abundance from it.
Yeah,
so it's all about, I mean, and you notice it's all about how you look at things. It's an honor to be in a space with somebody who is an expert, and I don't have to figure it out. You say I can just go and research it. If it was that easy, we would all be out here with perfect business credit.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah, because it takes a lot. It's time consuming. You know what I mean? Because you want to be able to tell people the proper way, and to tell them the good way, so they can just have a nice setup for their business. So I want to make sure I'm just not directing it to notaries. It's for anyone who's a business owner. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
absolutely.
But y'all absolutely right. Yeah, I just try to stay out the way, you know what I mean, and just do my thing, go back. But
no, we want you in the way. We need the shortcut. Right. We don't want because it's more expensive for us to go out here and make mistakes. We paying regardless. So I would rather pay for the shortcut, the hack, the payoff. That's what I want.
The learning curve. Cut that learning curve. Cut that learning curve. And people are starting to realize that too. There's just so much benefit in investing into yourself, investing into knowledge, and cutting your learning curve. So at the end of the day, if that's all they benefited from it, then hell, because also at the end of the day, you're not responsible for them executing. You're just responsible for the information that you give in. We know we're going to get quality information because we're seeing you getting approved. We seeing you leveling up in your business. So Kim, stop playing.
I got y'all. Yeah, I got y'all. I respect
playing.
Yeah, I respect it. Yeah.
That's what's up. Well, we want to thank you so much for coming on here, joining us.
Man, I'm still laughing. For real.
Nah, you went off. You gave us so many good gems and gave us so many just different things to think about, and teaching us like we don't gotta be the same person. We don't gotta be where we come from. We can always level up. We can always change. So, and we start by speaking it into existence. We start by visualizing ourselves like that. We start by taking accountability and again recognizing that you can change. So I love that. That was it. That was the one.
Yep. It's never too late. Never too late.
Never too late.
Yeah.
So last thing before we wrap it up, what's one big thing that you are looking to manifest? What's something crazy big? I'm gonna put you out there. What's something crazy big that you believe and that you're moving toward is gonna come to fruition?
Okay, you want to know for real?
Yeah.
Yes.
My next big thing. I'm getting into tax liens, right? I want to get into tax liens. There's a specific formula to obtain tax liens, and it's beneficial to people that's not really trying to do the whole investing type of thing. You get what I mean?
Yep.
You're not trying to flip houses and get them, all that. I want to get into that, and my goal is to within 2023. I want to have my business as owners to 10 different properties through tax.
Ooh, I love that.
It's already done.
Fire.
It's
done.
And
I've been saying it for a minute. I've been talking about tax liens since 2020, right? Since we went into the pandemic. And I was like, I know I'm not going to be a realtor. I know that I really don't have the capital to do, that hard investing, right now. But that was before I learned about business credit. So the business credit would lead me into this tax lien thing that I want to do. And that's my next big thing. Yeah.
I love that. That was such a good question, Kurt. Now you got to answer it. Now I'm putting you on the spot. Go ahead.
What's my big thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So so what I want is to live a life of comfort. So I'm not gonna craft it and say the actual how, but I want it to be comfortable. I don't want to be hustling, racing, competing. I want to be comfortable. I want my children to have the best things to set them up for to be responsible, amazing adults. So I want to have abundance flowing in so I can do those things. And it's not so much so I can buy all these things, but I want to, in these few summers of life that we have left, I want to be able to enjoy it at the fullest. And that definitely comes with having abundance and removing all the things that make life a little bit more challenging, you know, just coming out in the world and having to make it happen every day in a way that can be stressful and overwhelming. So it's comfort. It's comfort for me. What about you, Tiara?
I love it.
I love that. I love that.
That was good.
Yeah.
I'm someone who like to be specific. So my next thing that I'm manifesting is an event space. I want to be a multi-event space owner. Yes, I'm ready. Just because, you know, my notary niche is officiating. I love it. And I just want to be able to provide, you know, couples with a beautiful space when they can't afford a huge venue or something like that, with a very competent officiant. And just, you know, be able to help other businesses and local businesses around me, give them a space for them to do what they got to do, and just really start building that up. So that's my next big thing. I'm praying 2023. No, we manifesting 2023. I will have my first event space, and we're going to keep building on that. So thank you so much for this conversation. It's something about, listen, and now it's recorded. We done said it out loud. The whole
it's done. And so we're going to pull these clips when the things that we want come to fruition. We're going to say, see, back in 2022, I spoke it then, because it's done.
It's accountability for me. I love it.
Okay.
Yes.
That's perfect. So yes, thank you all for tuning in. Yes. As a matter of fact, since we talk about manifesting, if you watch this episode, drop in the comments what you manifesting. Drop in the comments what you want, what you see for yourself. Yes, please drop that in the comments. And Kim, thank you so much for being here. Drop your socials. Where can the people find you?
So you can find me on Instagram at Kimberly Professional Services. That's SBCS LLC. That's it. I'm not on Facebook, guys. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
That's dope, though.
Yeah, but
all right, perfect.
Yep.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much. Corinne, you got anything to close us out with?
Nope. I'm just grateful that you're here. I'm so glad. I'm so glad to share space with my Maryland sister.
Yes,
I'm so proud of the progress that I'm watching your journey. I feel like when I came into this, you were I'm surprised it was just recent, but it just seemed like you was just out there for a long time. And I'm like, she in Maryland? Wow, I'm living near a celebrity.
Go ahead.
So I'm just so proud of you. I support everything you're doing virtually. I just wish you the absolute best. And I'm so glad that you were able to demonstrate the very things that you talk about that works for you by speaking it. So we're all watching, we're all supporting and rooting for you. And we're waiting for that next credit webinar that we're going to pay for so we can build our businesses and our business credit. That's all I got.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. I promise. I'm going to get on it.
Yes. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. It is Womenomics Wednesday. So listen, I'll see y'all next Wednesday. Peace out, y'all.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you.
Womenomics Podcast.